Gentlemen, what is going on today? My name is Ryan Mickler. I'm your host and the founder of the Order of Man podcast and movement. Welcome here today. We're in the midst of the holiday season. Christmas was last week. And of course, we've got New Year's coming up on Monday. And I know a lot of people are thinking about what they want to accomplish as they roll into 2024. I've got a couple of resources for you today that I think and I hope will help you. Number one is this podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about when discipline falls flat. And specifically, what I'm going to address is 5 questions that you can ask yourself that will help you get back on the path. I know it might be a little premature to start talking about discipline falling flat, considering we're not even into the new year. Most people last 2, 3, 4 weeks. And so you're probably all excited and the willpower is there and you've got your why and a strong reason for doing what you're doing and how you're going to improve. But I'm going to share with you preemptively how you can make sure that you sustain the momentum. We'll get into that in just a second. The other resource that I want to share with you is our exclusive brotherhood, the Iron Council. Now, it is open. Usually we close it at the end of the year. This year, I decided to leave it open until the 7th of January. So if you're coming to the game a little bit late or just hearing about the podcast, or you've been on the fence about joining the Iron Council, you have until January 7th to do it. And specifically, I've got a really, really good free resource for you. We're going to be giving you a preview, a little peek behind the curtain into what we do inside of our exclusive brotherhood that we've been going with for 8 years now. And you're going to be able to check that out on Thursday night of next week. So that's Thursday, January 4th. Thursday, January 4th at 8 o'clock Eastern PM, 8 o'clock PM Eastern time. We're going to be giving you a little peek. You're going to be able to ask questions. You're going to be able to see the framework that we use, the network that we have, the tools, the resources, everything that's available in the Iron Council. And all you have to do is go to theironcouncil.com/preview, theironcouncil.com/preview, and you'll be able to get a little peek behind the curtain into what we do. Again, that's going to be Thursday the 4th at 8 o'clock PM Eastern at theironcouncil.com/preview. I hope to see you there. All right, guys, let's talk about when discipline falls flat. Now, look, we've all heard discipline equals freedom and you just have to do it and power through it and just make it happen. And I believe that there's validity to that. I believe that it's important that we set our minds to accomplish something and we do whatever it takes for however long it takes to accomplish that desire, that goal, that objective. But the reality and studies and research suggest that our willpower is fleeting, that even though we have the best of intentions, we have things we want to accomplish, we have systems in place, we have all the willpower in the world, we're ready to go, and we're excited about our why as to what we're doing, even then, life gets in the way, you get tired, things come up, we deal with unfortunate circumstances, we get busy with other things, or simply we just fall back into old patterns and habits. You don't want that to happen. I don't want that to happen. So when discipline does fall short, and it does, and it has for you, I'm sure as it has for me, what then do you do? This podcast today is not about me giving you all the answers, but I want to give you a couple of questions that I have asked myself that have helped me get back on the path when everything else seems to be falling apart or not working the way that I had hoped. So the first question is, what is your plan? If you notice that you are falling behind on accomplishing your gym objectives in your fitness and health or your business goals, whatever it may be, then you have to ask yourself, why or what is it the plan that I have in place? Most people don't have a plan. When it comes to New Year's resolutions, they say to themselves, I just want to lose weight. That's not a plan. That might be a goal. It's not a great goal because it's not real specific, like a SMART goal, if you will. But it's not even a plan. Well, I want to make more money this year. Again, an objective, something you want to do, but how in the world are you going to accomplish that? It would be like going to coach an NFL football team, and when they're going to hire you or you're talking to the press about what your plan is for this coming week or the season, you saying, we're going to win. Okay, how are you going to do that? I don't know. We're going to figure it out along the way. Guys, it doesn't work. So you have to have a plan in place to ensure that it happens. And the more specific you can be with regards to your plan, the better off you're going to be. Now, a lot of the times I've talked with men who won't actually design, let alone implement a plan because they're worried that it won't work anyways. And I've got news for you. It probably won't. The plan that you craft, even if it's the perfectly crafted beautiful document or Excel worksheet or whatever planning tool you're using out there, it's not going to work the way that you want. Just recognize that now and don't pigeonhole yourself into the plan, but use it as a compass to help you get to where you want to go. Things are inevitably going to come up. You're going to get busy. You're going to get distracted. Your priorities are going to change. External circumstances might be thrust upon you that you're not able currently to deal with. Things are going to happen. But that doesn't mean that you can't change your plan down the road. You can. All that I want you to do is come up with a plan with the information that you have at your disposal right now. I don't know what's going to happen this afternoon. I don't know what's going to happen in a week. I don't know what's going to happen in 2 years, but I can make a plan, not on that, but what I'm dealing with right now. I talked with a friend who's currently going through, it looks like, a separation and a divorce. And up until this point, he's played defense because he's making his decisions based on what might happen in the future. And I know there needs to be some projecting. You need to prepare yourself, especially in these circumstances, for what might happen. Sure, do that. But playing defense isn't going to help you accomplish your goals, objectives, and make you feel good about yourself. You need to be preemptive. You need to go on the offense, which means control the controllables, identify what those things are, and then make a plan to ensure that you're going to go to the gym, or you're going to make the sales calls, or you're going to court your wife again, or you're going to name whatever it is that you want to do in order to accomplish those goals. Have a plan. If you're interested in what that might look like, you can go check out our battle planner at orderofman.com/battle planner, or 12, the number 12weekbattleplanner.com will let you have access to the app that's available to draft out and map out your plan. All right. So number 2, now that you have a plan in place, I'm going to go to the gym every single morning, Monday through Friday at 6 a.m. And I'm going to do this workout on Monday, this workout on Tuesday, this workout on Wednesday, this workout on Thursday, this workout on Friday. And it's going to take me an hour. I'm going to have my pre-workout ready to go. I'm going to have a post-workout, or I'm going to drink enough water. I'm going to have my gym clothes laid out. I'm going to hire this trainer. I'm going to hire this nutritionist, whatever it might be. Having that plan in place. Now what you have to do is, if you're falling behind, you have to ask yourself, where did it fail? Where did that plan fail? Let me give you an example. I have a goal to go into the gym every single morning. So the other day I went to the gym, as I always do. I woke up at 5:30. I got ready. I got my pre-workout ready, and I went to the gym. I got to the gym, started to walk to the door, realized I didn't have my key fob with me to get into the gym. So it didn't work. Okay. The plan failed. I still had the plan in place, but it didn't work properly because I had failed in a component of that plan. In this case, I had left the key fob in the other vehicle. So I went back, grabbed the key fob out of the other vehicle, went back to the gym, and I got about half the workout in that I normally do because of time constraints. Now, did it work perfectly? No. Did I still get it done? Yes. But where did it fail? In that case, I didn't have the key fob. So what can I do to ensure that that doesn't happen again? Well, make that part of the ritual or the checklist, just like a pilot would have a checklist, a pre-flight checklist before he flies. I should have a pre-checklist before I go to the gym. Is my drink ready? Are my clothes laid out? Do I know the workout? And do I have my key fob? Okay, that's a simple fix, but I had the plan, realized where it broke down because I was willing to analyze it, and then corrected it so that I can move forward. Now that's a simple example, but there might be something as maybe even serious as the breakdown of your long-term relationship or even your marriage. So the question is, did you have a plan? Most of us don't. I didn't have a plan. And that's part of the reason that the marriage didn't work, is that I set things on cruise control, autopilot. And because I didn't know, I didn't recognize when things were falling apart. I should have, I could have, I'm not denying that, but I didn't know because the plan wasn't in place and I really didn't have any way of reviewing what was breaking down. But had I had a plan to show her how much I appreciate her, or continue to court her, or any number of things to improve the relationship, open communication and dialogue, conflict resolution, all the things that we talk about, then I could point to something and say, well, we don't communicate real well. So what can we do? I can address that assertively with her. We could potentially go to counseling. We could look at an online course or program available for communication. But the point is, if I have a plan in the relationship, just like you should, then you can point to what's going wrong and work on it. It's the same thing in business. If you're down 25% in revenue this month, but you had a plan for that revenue, you can go back and you can actually look at the numbers and see, okay, well, we're up in sales here, but we were significantly down in sales here. Why? Well, maybe you forgot to send an email. Maybe you were in the middle of hiring a new key player for your team. Well, at least now you know, and you can ask yourself, why did this fail? And then most importantly, what do I need to do to improve it? All right, number 3. So we have, what is your plan? Where did it fail? Number 3, what are your resources? Okay, when it comes to improving in your life, you need new stimulus, new information, new resources, new training and education in your mind so that you can overcome something that you have not previously overcome. If it's relational issues, hiring a coach or a therapist or going to a course would help you gain new insight and education into how to improve that marriage. If it's business and you don't know how to market properly, well, a resource that you need to bring in is either a marketing team or go to a marketing conference or watch some YouTube videos or listen to a podcast or hire a coach. I may have said that. There's all sorts of resources that you need available. If you're trying to improve your fitness and you notice that you're doing really, really well for a week or 2 or 3 weeks, and then you fall off the wagon because you don't know what to do. Okay, well, you had a plan, wasn't very good because you don't know what to do. You know why you failed, because you were bored and you weren't properly going through the motions to improve your performance. And number 3, what are your resources? Well, in that case, you might need to hire a nutritionist because you're not doing it on your own, or you might need to hire a trainer to actually program workouts for you. Now, inevitably, when I talk about this, people are like, well, that's easy for you to say, it's expensive and I don't have any money. Guys, you can jump online and find free workout programs by just typing in Google free workout programs for losing fat or building muscle or improving my deadlift or for running a marathon. Please don't ever use the excuse that you don't have any money. Now, in a lot of instances, you get what you pay for. And should you work to improve your financial acumen and standing so that you can hire the best? Sure. But in the meantime, you can do something about it where you currently are until you get to that point. And by the way, the only way you get to that point is by starting to improve your current situation. So what are the resources that are at your disposal and what resources do you need? Another great resource that many men don't tap into is having a band of brothers, having people they can rely on, having people who are successful in their family dynamic or their business dynamic or with regards to their health that are going to help keep you in check and give you tools and systems and resources that you need to thrive. Or calling your brother or your uncle or your father or a neighbor or whoever you consult with and whoever's advocating for you and you're advocating for them, an accountability partner almost. If you need something, this is why we created the Iron Council. That, again, is our exclusive brotherhood. We're going to do that preview next week on Thursday. It's January 4th, 8 p.m. Eastern on Thursday of next week. And if you want to check it out and how that might serve you with regards to who you need in your corner, other men, then you can go to theironcouncil.com/preview, theironcouncil.com/preview, and you'll be able to check it out on Thursday at 8 p.m. on the 4th. So who are your resources? Who is currently in your corner that you're not using? Who do you need to bring into your corner and onto your team so that you can improve your situation? Number 4, what information do you not have? Again, I already alluded to this. If you're failing at the gym because you don't have a workout program, then you're missing a crucial key component. You can go up and show up to the gym and go do some bench and go do some curls and go do some skull crushers, maybe do a little shoulder work and do a few pull-ups and, do some abs. Like, you could definitely do that. And will you see results? Yeah, if you do that enough, you'll probably see some results depending on where you are on your fitness journey currently, but it's not as good as it could be. If you want to build a 6-pack, then you can go wing it, or you can get new information. It's all free. It's all there. It's all available. If you want to improve your marriage, it's all there. It's all free. It's all available. If you want to grow your business, it's all free. It's all there. It's all available. Too often we have these goals that we want to accomplish and we're aiming at the wrong target. Like, we think that we need to be doing sales development or client retention or gaining new sales, when in all reality, it could be just learning how to market better or learning how to close better, or learning what the art of following up or how to present yourself in a more professional manner. There's information that you're missing. If you have a coach, he's going to help you identify what that is. If, for example, you're going to the gym and you're busting your butt at the gym, but your nutrition's all out of whack, it doesn't really matter how much you're doing at the gym. If your nutrition is garbage, you're probably not going to experience the results that you need. So do you go to the gym more? No. The information you need is how to plan your meals, meal prep, what kind of foods, what kind of proportions, what do you need to eat and how much of it and when. That's the information you need. So find the right information. It's there and it's available. And if you don't want it, you'll make an excuse. And that's how you know you don't want it. You can say whatever you want to say, but if you make excuses for what you know you should be doing, then you just don't want it bad enough. And that might be okay, but don't deceive yourself and tell yourself that you want something without a willingness to go out there, find the information and resources that you need, plug them into the right places, and then go on about what you want to accomplish. Guys, number 5, and I think this is the most important thing. There's a lot of research on this. There's 2 great books. One is called The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg. The other one is called Atomic Habits by James Clear. And James Clear says, and I'm paraphrasing, we don't fall to the level of our discipline, I believe he says. We don't rise to our discipline. We fall to our systems. I totally butchered that, but I think and hope you get the point. Just because we're disciplined or committed doesn't mean we're going to accomplish a goal. We are going to fall. Our best performance is only as good as the systems that we have in place. That's probably a better way to say it, much more eloquent. Okay. Our performance is only as good as the systems that we have in place. So what is your system? Do you have a checklist? I have mine right here. I know what I'm going to do every single day. I write it down. I check it off. I reference it often every single day. At the end of the day, I look back and ask myself, what did I get done? What didn't I get done? What am I going to do tomorrow? Where am I going to plug it in? In what order? When I go to the gym, what is my program? What is my training schedule? Who's helping me? What am I going to be eating this week? I have all my meals delivered, so I know exactly what I'm going to be eating. When do I have my children with me? When are they with their mother? What am I going to talk about with the podcast? I've got tons of podcast ideas here in my phone. Guys, I have a system for everything. I have calendars. I have notepads. I have planners. I have task list on my phone. Systems for everything. Your performance is only as good as the systems that you have in place. And if you're noticing things fall through the cracks, you're not compelled or motivated to do something, you're not performing in an aspect that you wish you would be or that you have in the past, something's skewed about your system. So you have the plan, and then you have the system in order to implement the plan. So if we go back to that football analogy, saying you want to win games is not enough. Having a plan, hey, we're gonna be a heavy passing team, and we're gonna beat them in the air, or we're gonna beat them on the run, or we're gonna have the fastest, most agile defense. We've got a solid offense, but we're really going to make sure this defense is exactly where it needs to be so other teams can't score against us. Like those are the plans. And then the system is, so we're going to train 3-4 hours every single day. On Mondays, we train this. On Tuesdays, we train that. On Wednesdays, we train this. Here's our training facilities. Here's what we need in our training facilities. Here's what we already have. These are all the tools and systems in place in order to help you accomplish your goals. Now, as I say this, I understand that this is a 25-minute podcast. And I understand also, if you haven't really done much of this planning in your life, this can seem like a daunting task. And I don't think that you need to do it all at once, but these are the 5 key questions you need to ask yourself so that you can improve. The challenge is, like I said, you don't have all the resources at your disposal. Now, you could go out and do it on your own. And if you can, and you feel like you just need to implement certain elements of what I talked about today, then by all means, go out and implement it. But if you want something a little bit more, that's where the Iron Council would come in. And we're going to help you accomplish these. This might seem like a sales pitch. In a way, I want to be able to provide resources to you. But that said, you can go out and do it on your own. I don't recommend it. I don't advocate for that. I don't even do that myself. I have coaches, I have mentors, I have programs and systems that I belong to, people that I report to, other men that I have conversations with, so I can stay on task. If you're looking for the same thing, make sure you check out the Iron Council at theironcouncil.com. Or if you want a sneak peek and a behind the scenes look at what we're doing inside of our brotherhood, then you can go on Thursday the 4th at 8 p.m. Eastern to theironcouncil.com/preview. Theironcouncil.com/preview. Guys, if you have any questions for me, thoughts, concerns, considerations, future topics, whatever it might be, please connect with me on Instagram at Ryan Michler, on X at Ryan Michler, on YouTube at Order of Man, or even email me if you have questions about what we're doing here or our brotherhood, the Iron Council, at ryan@orderofman.com. All right, guys, I hope that serves you. Let me recap. What is your plan? Why did you fail? What are your resources? What and who are your resources? What information do you not have? And then number 5, what systems do you have in place? And also, how can your current systems be improved? I hope that serves you guys. And I also hope to see you on Thursday at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern at theironcouncil.com/preview. Until then, guys, go out there, take action, implement your plans, and become the man you are meant to be.